their success with Eddie Howe, and despite a good season, it just seems Bournemouth are always overshadowed, with Brighton being, well, very good recently, and Southampton gaining promotion to the Premier League. And Bournemouth, since Eddie, have gone through Scott Parker, but now seem to be settled with Andone Iraola, as the Spanish side have kinda copied Brighton, becoming a South Coast team, signing Wonderkids. And today that continues, as Iraola still has the Bournemouth job, but a huge challenge in front of him, trying to take the Cherries to the Champions League title, only signing Wonderkids from Europe. As here he is. I know we've just seen this again, and I know he's had a successful season, but at the start of it, Iraola couldn't pick up a win, and it needs to continue on a permanent basis. Not just be a fluke, as this is the team we start with. You can see, very good, but needs a bit more potential to it, as it's got some already and only 31 million in the Premier League. It's gonna make it difficult. As here's the objectives for today. As you can see, we can only sign Wonderkids under 21, excluding England, as we already have Alex Scott, and it is the day of the Euros final in which I'm recording this. So I don't want to jinx anything going with English, although we do have a Spanish manager, as the other aim is simple: win 3 trophies with Bournemouth before the Champions League title, which is the ultimate aim with this Wonderkid team. As first things first, we've got to identify the Wonderkids. The best player at the club, only 80 rated, Enes Ünal, but that's the point in getting youngsters in. They will start young and gradually get better than that. As our best potential-wise is Milos Kerkez and then Alex Scott, only 72 rated. Gotta get more out of him. Also, I'm counting Zabranyi, if I can say his name right. And also Ouattara, as what's the best squad we can make without, of course, going relegation fodder? I'm gonna try and sort this, but actually it's probably better getting a tactic together. I'm gonna go gegenpressing, not tiki-taka, because I want to pick a formation with wingers, because I feel like having youngsters, wingers, they'll run all day long. And this is the starting 11 we've kind of settled on. Solanke over Enes Ünal, Favre over Semedo, and the defense, well, I don't like the look of it. I definitely want a right back, although Max Aarons is good potential-wise. He's 23 now, actually, so yeah, a new right back and maybe a goalkeeper, as Neto is good, but he's 33-year-old. He's our captain season 1. Maybe a season 2 signing. As also, while still talking about youngsters and Wonderkids, we cannot sign any players from the academy. Now, I know that's probably where we do have our luck with Wonderkids, but that's the whole point. It would be too easy, as we're gonna have to find our own with the 32 million, and we've got contracts to pay. Season 1 ain't easy. Gotta find a right back, as this man isn't as good as Max Aarons to start off with, but Kylian Sabe, he's a big risk, but he's actually very cheap, and I feel like he will grow. He can play both fullbacks, so I'll take the gamble on him, because we've got Adam Smith on the bench, and I actually might sell the Bournemouth legend just to get a bit of cash. As yeah, it might shock you here, but we've got a huge transfer list of players, of course, with not much potential. The best being Mark Travers. But I just want someone better, and I'm looking at Benfica's keeper Trubin, Ukrainian, just like our centre-back. This would be huge at 23.5 million. It is most of the budget, but it's a very solid goalkeeper. And he's the one I want, as we're selling a lot of players here. Christie going out, Tavernier, and also Neto. I mean, if I ain't going to use them, what's the point in them even being here? As that is Trubin, although he's got blonde hair in real life. I believe so. Anyway, oh no, I'm completely wrong on that. Anyway, 30 million. Welcome to Bournemouth. Oh, and Tavernier's not gone yet. That maybe makes me think we just stop our signing there for season number 1 to keep a solid bench, as Trubin is in the goal. We've still got Aarons at right back, but Sabe's made the bench. And Alex Scott starting in our midfield, as the rest of our money has gone on the coaches. Okay, and I'm looking at where we finished in the league, but before I show you, there is something to do. If you want to help the channel out, please subscribe below. We had an aim for 30k by the end of the Euros. As I'm recording this on final day, I don't know what the result is, and I'm thinking of a new milestone we can do. Of course, I've got to think of one of those as well, so it might take a while, as we finished 17th in the Prem. Not really shocking. We're a team in transition, and definitely not what Iraola did in real life. Not the best of first seasons, as we're not in an FA Cup final. We need, of course, 3 trophies. Carabao Cup went to Liverpool. I'm not going to look how we did, because I don't care. We either win it or we don't. That's the mindset I go with, and whoa, oh dear. A very unpleasant team. Aaron's has gone up a rating or 2, but it looks like our best players at the club is Unal and Sinistera, one being on loan. Yes, Ennis, who's 83 rated at the moment, at least our second best, is one of the new players we just signed. Antolai Trubin, as the best player at the club and won't be here next year, is Enes Unal. Okay, so a slow first season, but one I call a builder, as we've built a good team and we just need to keep on going. Alex Scott going up a few ratings, that is what I want to see, and 47 million, better money than last year. As the way I'll go about it, who's one of the oldest players? Cabe doing well? It is Neto, but of course he's not playing. Got a few old players back from loan as well, I see, and strikers. I do feel like we do need a backup one, but with what Dominic Solanke's done in real life, I'd like to keep him, but he submitted a transfer request, and I don't like that too much. Yes, he's 26, but I do feel like there's more to get out of him. I'm going to transfer Liz Brooks, also maybe Watara, and Marcondes, who does look like Tom Green and who sings in that stupid English Gillette advertisement. The best a man can get, as also I'm thinking centre-back, as well as striker, because Senesi, he's getting a little bit older. There's a lot of things to do, essentially. A lot of people to sign, as the next one I do want to sign, Martin Vitic. Was the check a little bit disappointing in the Euros just gone? Yes, but he's got Euro experience, meaning he's been there, done that, and just got the t-shirt, as now he's got a Bournemouth t-shirt as he's joining at the Vitality, or wherever the training ground is. He's got to go there first before the stadium. £11 million, not bad on a 21-year-old. A lot of potential, a lot of time to grow, as when I went to the reserves, I also saw a decent other player in this man, Traore. He was on loan at Sassuolo, 24-year-old, but still 77 overall. We've also got Anthony returning, the likes of Rothwell, Kilkenny, a lot of players to sell, and maybe we do sell Traore and Clivert as well, because I've got another youngster in mind. I didn't relegate the teams at the start of the season, so Burnley might be still in the Prem. As are they? No, they must have got relegated, so I'm going to try and steal him. I think he's a terrific player. That player being Wilson Odobert, 13 million. Will compete with Sinistera, who I should have put in the lineup. He should go straight into the lineup, but he will be on the bench and allows Traore to leave. As it's midfielders we need, I've just put all the wingers on winger drills because they're all left mids or right mids. Maybe get a few rating increases. But let's be honest, it's the middle of the park we need a rating increase. Federico Redondo, who is at Inter Miami, but for £10 million, I think we can steal him. Surely he wants the Premier League, as we want another midfielder. So we've said hello to the new Argentinian, only 21 years old. You can see I'm going on the older side, just because I know we're in the Premier League, so don't want to go too young, but this guy is actually quite young. I've had to jump straight in and say Geronimo to Geronimo, Domina, an Argentinian, who will sit on the bench, as I'm going to trust Solanke, and he's going to sit on the bench with Scott, as this is our new look team. And I know what you might have been thinking. Max, you've just skipped to the end of the season, and you didn't seem like you spent that much money. And in truth, we didn't. We spent half of our budget with the players sold. we still have 24 million. And a very big squad. You can see at the top, 34 players. And there's some rating spoilers here. But we've kept the likes of Ouattara. Also, Cliver. We've got all these left wingers. Traore stayed, Anthony. And of course, Wilson Odobert. As it's time to compare and contrast ratings. I didn't want to make a decision before actually changing positions, as Odobert's going to go to an 80. Anthony to, well, he stays at a 76. Maybe one player to sell as Traore, 80. And the last of the left mids, Sinisterra, 82. As now we move to the right in Justin Cliver, 81. Favre, 82. And Ouattara, 77. Right, so what I'll take from this is I'm going to probably sell Cliver. He's already transfer listed because I do like Ouattara's age. A younger player, as I'm going to probably sell Traore and Anthony from left wingers. Keep Odobert and Cine. As what's the team look like anyway? Good ratings. You can see Adams hasn't been playing, but everyone else has. Vitic not much, and oh my day, Sinisterra. So Odobert must have played. That's a shock to the system. As actually we can see who played. Yeah, Odobert 16 games, Anthony 14. Favre the best player though, 19 goals, but he's a 26-year-old. And he's a 27-year-old, but Solanke still scoring. Didn't get many last year, as in the league, it's 14. So not much of an increase to be fair. It's survival by 10 points, but next year, I'd like to be higher up there, maybe where Aston Villa are, bloody winning the Premier League title, as we do need 3 trophies. And Ipswich reached the FA Cup final, Carabao Cup. It's won by a big team in Chelsea. Still no stopping the big boys, and I still think we're building a few more youth players, then we let them grow. And when I say let them grow, I don't mean we'll stop making signings, as there's always signings to make, but there's teams still already getting better. Youth on the bench, and of course youth in the team, with 2 players to sell, and midfielders required, I'd say. Also, maybe, and I do hate to admit this, but another right back, because Sabe, is he going to actually play? Maybe, I guess. I mean, if he has one more season to take over Max Aarons, I'll probably let him have it. The right back slot, that is, as we've got £52 million. That's a lot of money. So we've got to spend it with our selling. Because we do have our transfer listed players at the moment, Jaden Anthony being one of them. Not much money though. Still, I'll take it. And plus, Wonderkids aren't the most expensive of all because they haven't hit their potential. Take Lucas Gernadua, for example. 21-year-old, ranked at 12 million. And I'll definitely take him on. As he'll take no convincing. We've got a French DM, and I'm just thinking our Kante figure, if he can play that role and have the same presence, as we let a lot of players go last year. There he is. Adams, I haven't made my mind up on. Do we keep him as backup? I mean, if I do keep him at the moment, I'm afraid he'll actually take over Gurner in the midfield. Worrying thought, isn't it? So I've gone and made my mind up. He will leave the club alongside Kluivert for 25 million. So I think we could get another winger, you know. We've got 2 already. But imagine if we sold another one. As there's Adams as well, going for 15 million to United. An ex-Leeds player is literally in the Leeds kit in his picture. That is treason. As we've got 101 million. I probably do need another DM quickly. And then a big player. As when we think about this normally now, and I put Alex Scott in the midfield, it looks like our defense, midfield, and goalkeeper are all youngsters, apart from maybe Aarons, but we do have Sabe on the bench. Eyes move to attack, as Favre, Solanke, Sinisterra are highest rated, but we could sell them gradually start replacing with younger ballers. So that's what exactly we're going to do. We've got Mohamed Ali Cho. He may replace Favre as he joins from Nice for only £20 million, leaving us still 80 million. And I'm looking at Solanke. Oh, I just like him in real life, so I don't know about selling him. Same with Favre. So what I am going to do is I'm going to say it's last chance saloon for him, Sinisterra, and of course Big Dominic, 27-year-old. This is your final chance because I know you're a legend at Bournemouth. Or you should be with the goals you score. So 77 million is going unspent. And I can't believe I'm doing this. It was your last chance, mate, as you've had to roll your sleeves up. It looks like most of the team has rolled them up. Speaking of sleeves, I've said already today, but it is the final of the Euros, and I've got it on the sleeve in the kit from Soccer Deal Shop, representing England on Euros final day, of course, as if you want cheap and, well, very good replica kits, Soccer Deal Shop, code on screen, MWS10, for a further discount if you do want to help the channel and get yourself a sweet looking kit. As these are the looks of the ratings, our best at the club is now a 21-year-old Wilson Odobert, taking over Sinistera, but Favre still ahead of Cho at 82, but there has been another switch around. That's right, Max Aarons at 26-year-old, he's only 77 rated, Sabe now 79. Beautiful stuff, as these are the stats as well. You can see Solanke. Is that enough to say he's took his chance? I don't know. It depends on the league form. As a 16th place finish, we're just below everyone. It's terrible going in the league, but is there anything else? The FA Cup is won. That is our first trophy in the bag. Beating Manchester United 2-1 at Wembley. So 2 more trophies to go. And what was our run in here? Norwich, I mean, we avoided Manchester City right there. Then we beat Bristol City, Alex Scott's old team. So maybe just a decent run. Maybe a little bit lucky as we don't do a dirty double. It is Arsenal win the Carabao. Or winning the Carabao. I'm getting nervous and excited for the rest of this save and also the Euros final tonight. A 71 million plus a trophy win should mean a bigger budget. Maybe it's time for a striker. Yeah, we've won a trophy. I wanted to trust Solanke more. I'm begging to trust him. He has got a good rating. And he's the thumbnail star playing for England. But no, I just feel like we've got to improve there. With the money we should have, should being the key word, midfield's getting a little bit weak, or not weak, but left behind. Rating-wise, which is a concern for a trophy. But yeah, striker, if we can find a good one, of course. And I don't know what that does for Geronimo. I just want to keep him at the club because I love that first name. And he's a good third choice. There's 81 million, so 10 million more than we had last year. Or what we ended with last year. And plus, we won the FA Cup. That's not a good budget. Maybe we've got to sell players again. As the man I want to sign, well, he's just in range, actually, so we should be able to afford him. Mark Gui of Barcelona. Or Bologna right here, as he's going to cost, wow. It says right there, upwards of 72, which is huge for an only 20-year-old, but 82 rated. Surely a future star and player that we need as, oh, a bid. Dominic Solanke. Right, this could be tasty. We do have Geronimo as backup who can get stronger. Solanke's probably hit his ceiling, so I will be letting him go. Here he is walking out the club. I have kept Philip Billing. You might have seen a bid in for him. And that's because, of course, we do need one experienced player around. Almost 40 million for Solanke. A big chunk of money, which could go into bench players, because I know we need them as Mark Gui, though. 72 million. The new number 9, because Solanke left first, so he's gone and got his number. As when I speak of backups, I'm going to still trust Geronimo, like I said, but centre-back and goalkeeper, well, we definitely need another one. As I've gone ahead and got Ewan Jown from Stade de Reims, 75 rated, 21-year-old. And also I've gone ahead and signed Johnny Spielers. I might as well have made this series or episode 21 only. We've only gone and signed bloody 21-year-olds, as then we're going to put them on the bench. Odobert has to be in. A lot of French in this team. I guess they've got good potential players. And with the youth, I might want to change captain here. Favre shouting at me instead of Zabrani because of the old age. But then again, Gurner Dua, he's in the perfect position to be a captain, screen the field. That's why he's going to be our main man. Hopefully lift a trophy, as we haven't spent all our money, but 14 million's a bit better. We'll go and put it on coaches. As also, no, I haven't forgot about the Europa League we're in from winning the FA Cup, which I don't think we'll actually win. As maybe I should be more hopeful, because when I checked the team at the end of the season, these ratings are great. Defence is very solid, despite having our weakest position there in Sabe. Scott, I expected more from him. But still, with FIFA potential, it is one of the only good things in the game. It can go up, it can go down, it can bloody stay the same. As Odebears has shot up, luckily enough for us, Trubins has as well. And also Romain Favres, who's an oldish player in real life, has 29 goals and 17 assists. This man is unbelievable. Gooey second on that list, as we aren't going to get relegated above Arsenal in 13th, as it's a 10th place finish. No trophy in the Premier League, which was wishful thinking. Maybe more wishful about others, as the Community Shield. Well, we've won that, but I don't count this as a trophy. If you watch the channel, you know this by now. It's just a 50p piece as the FA Cup final. Plymouth and Sheffield. We should have made it to that. Embarrassing we didn't. And the Carabao won by Brentford. It was really a chance for a trophy this year, but we've not gone ahead and took it. Oh well, I guess we've just got to have done well in the Europa League. Second, Salzburg go unbeaten. As I'm not unhappy with that, I'm just thinking, do they have any good youngsters? As Copenhagen we smash in the preliminary lucky round. Didn't get Milan, who were there, as then in the round of 16 we beat Salzburg from our group. Revenge the sweetest way. For then the quarterfinals to beat Monaco right there, and then Lens in the semis with the French players. We beat the French teams to then land Milan in the final. Is this going to be our second trophy? It will. We get the better of the Italian giants, as that's 2 trophies now in our youngster, Wonderkid, whatever you want to call it, save. I don't know what I'm going to name this video. I'll be frankly honest with you, as Super Cup. That doesn't count as a trophy as well. Let's be real. One-off games are just glorified friendlies. You've got to earn your trophy, as I thought we'd earn more money. 64 million. Now, that is all right for Bournemouth. Champions League Bournemouth. But to improve our team and give us any chances of actually getting to the final, which I doubt we will. And plus, we'll have to win another trophy before that. We'd probably have to replace Alex Scott in this lineup. It's going to be hard because he's an OG. He's very hyped up in England and one of our only English players. But we could do maybe with another striker as well. Geronimo, not good. And also this season, a lot of contracts expiring, which is going to cost us a lot of money because they will want longer deals. Being youngsters, longer deals, more money. Going to be difficult on our budget this year, as I'd say we'd get about 50 million when everyone signed up. And 43. Right, we're probably going to have to sell a player if we want to improve the squad. And the man I'm actually thinking about, wow, we don't have many players anyway. I was going to say Sinistera, but we could definitely keep him now or sell him actually, because we've got 3 wingers on this bench, and then we can put Scott on the bench and go all out for a midfielder. So that's what I'm going to do. And Sinistera, 28, 83 rated. I think 30 million's our best bet. So we'll take that and run, leaving our squad very thin, but a big sum of money to just sign one Wonderkid with. Yeah, 72 million. And there's only one player I have in mind, but if he's grown a lot by now, I can't see us signing him. And no, we definitely can't get him. I had Zaire Emery, he's at Leipzig, and he's 84 minimum. So yeah, we're not going to be able to pay for him, and everyone else is probably going to be regens, but got to turn the scouting brain on to find a good player, and we are on the border. Lucas Bergvall of Juve, almost 50 million. As his real life at Tottenham, I believe so anyway, but I don't care at the moment. Welcome to the Cherries. Lovely stuff. We've just got to make sure we're good with contracts now. If any player goes and leaves, We're screwed because we won't have replacements, but it's a risk we are taking as the oldest player at the club is now only 29 years old. And of course it's Romain Fevre. Who else, as everyone else is very, very young here. So, although I'm moaning about little players or having no players at all, we do have a lot of them. So we shouldn't be worried at all. And Paris beat us in the Super Cup. So that's the imaginary trophy. Not actually won as wow. Our champs group, Juve, Porto and Basel of Switzerland. Very, very difficult. I think my aim for this year is minimum third and give the Europa League a go. If we want that other trophy, which of course we need to get before we win the Champions League, we can't go ahead and do that first. As if we do win the Champions League before going on to our next trophy, I guess we count that as one. And then we have to win it again, which will be a challenge as I'm flying up the league right here and third in the Premier League. Very good finish as we take one of Spurs' IRL players, Bergvall, from, it was Juventus, wasn't it? And Spurs go ahead and win the Premier League. 5 points over us. Very unlucky as West Ham and Crystal Palace. They're the FA Cup finalists. There was chance for a trophy there. And chance for a trophy in the Carabao. We've lost in the final to Manchester bloody City. Hard one to take as we finish second in the Champions League. Porto go out. We've broken our Porto curse. But I think I would have rather finished in the Europa League spots. But we beat Bayern Munich 5-3 on aggregate, which is insane. To go into the quarters, where we bloody get Man United. Man United beat us after beating Bayern Munich. That's what you call a shame, especially with the team we've built. We've got 290 rated and 2 almost 90 themselves. All 3, I didn't see Kirkes. A very good looking lineup. Ben should get stronger next year, especially with Geronimo. Or Geronimo, forgetting how to say his name. At least everyone's signed up so we can sell him. Plus, the money that we do get at the start of next year should be very helpful. As Odegaard top scorer, now Favre is dropping, but Gui is going up, who I've just learned in real life, I believe, has signed for Chelsea. So a very good capture, as hopefully he gets better here. A very good season, that one, but, and it's a big but, there was no trophy won. So if we're going for the Champions League, we've got to make sure that we do win one soon enough. With 161 million, we can afford any youngster, any in world football. And I'm sick and tired of buying players. I think we've bought a lot of good ones. Bench can definitely be stronger, as we do need more players. And we are into regen territory, I'd say at least. So I'm going to scout the very best. And I'll be honest with you guys, frank and open, I don't really like signing youngsters from other clubs, of course. With a regen, or not a regen, but just a youth player, I just like it when they come from our own academy, as I've got some coaches to help these boys come through. I've got 3 listed on here. I'm going to struggle to say these names. We've got Helder Andrade, can be a bench striker / winger, as then we've got Santonimo Mishimura, who did play with Mark Gui at Bologna, of course, and then Javier Morel from Paris Saint-Germain. Are all these going to be affordable? Let's see. As the first one, Helder Andrade, the most important one, 50 million. Well, touching 50 million. Was it 42 or something? I don't know. But the next player is Santamono, 21.7. Very good. And this is Javier. So I'm sorry to Ouattara on the bench, but we've really replaced our weakest players. As yes, I did have Ouattara training to be a left mid. I didn't think it'd change his rating. He is still higher than Morel, but he's going on the bench, of course, because he's got a lot more potential. Same with Nishimura over Max Aarons as an 80+ bench, apart from the keeper, and then that team right there. How much money do we still have remaining? We could look into another right back. Then again, I won't force it, as 82 million. So I think we do need another player, but who will it be? Well, could it be this man? I know we've got no chance really, but Pau Chubasi, real-life Spanish centre-back. And as you can see by the evaluation, he is way out of our price range, but 80 million plus a player in Vitic, who is 25. He is higher rated than Chibasi, but I'm going to try it as it seems like it is working. As is Arteta, willing to sell to his best mate in the Premier League, Iraola. He is. We've got Chibasi, and I know he's lower rated. He's cost 80 million plus a player, but I'm very happy about that. To be 21, 85 rated with a big ceiling. If we don't win the Champions League this year, alongside, of course, another trophy, he's here for the future. Right, and there's a spoiler here. I'm talking about Chibasi growing. He might not get a chance to grow. Look at our background. You know what that means? Champions League final. We've got Benfica. No, we haven't. We're at Benfica against Bayern. Might as well check our run, I guess. We did finish second in the group to another Red Bull club. Not Salzburg, but Leipzig. As then in the round of 16, we beat or hammered Marseille. And then we beat Leipzig again, just like we did with Salzburg. Funny that. Red Bull just like to beat us and then get beaten. As then in the semis, we beat Milan, who we beat in the Europa League final, putting us into the final. But is it a played final? Because if we don't win another trophy, this just counts as a normal one, which I can't lie won't be fun. As before we check the rest of stuff, look at our team. Favre, 93. Did I expect that at all? No, he's even got good defending, and Gui, 90. A lot of actual 90 rated players here, as our highest rated player is actually Trubin, our goalkeeper, 94. Plus 4 in one season. Must have kept some clean sheets, I guess, as Odobert, 42 goals. He's got to get a Ballon d'Or sometime. Favre with 30. Bit of a French thing going on as first of 3 to check. Will there be a trophy? We're definitely not below 13th. Come on, Andone. Please just get it done straight away. 3rd. That's 1 of 3, not 1. Oh, please be another trophy somewhere. Yes! The Champions League we can play, because Bournemouth have won 3 trophies. FA Cup ticked off with the Europa League, and I believe the FA Cup already makes it 3 trophies. Lovely stuff, but 4 is the magic number. We could do a treble this year as we beat Spurs in the Carabao. Another one to add to the cabinet. So yes, the Champions League counts. This can be our 5th trophy. And we only needed to win 4. As this is our youngster team as well, we've got to take another look. Now swapping Vitic for Chibasi. What a beautiful call. Of course, he's increased under a Spanish manager, Spanish player. Don't like all the Spanish, especially with the Euros final today. But I've got to stop speaking about this. You guys have seen it after it's played. I might be very happy in this video and crying in real life. At the time you're seeing this, of course, I'll still be crying, even though it's a Tuesday and the final was on Sunday. As into Bayern Munich. Let's focus on this final, shall we? As Muslera into João Felix. They'll have a good team, a young team. A youngish team, I should say. Ugarte, Williams Jr. He's going to be playing in real life today. I'm definitely going to try and stop him. And Matson. It's a penalty. All my days, it's a horror tackle. Stupid. Stupid. I don't know who committed it. Zabranyi, our Ukrainian. Could be a horror start, this, as we've got to rely on our other Ukrainian. Can he save the spot kick? Definitely not. Hammered top bin, so now a comeback is needed. Come on, lads. Get your act together. What is that pass? Bit of a weird one if you ask me, but still Milos Kujkas, he likes to come forward as we saw in the Euros with Hungary. Need to stop speaking about the Euros as this man wasn't even there. Lucas Bergvall, come on, quicken it up. Favre with the ball in. Oh my days, it almost fell to him. Lucas Bergvall. He was almost underneath the ball. It was a very good cross from our Frenchman. Can we get the other Frenchman involved? Odobert, who scores all the goals, has switched this across the field, or actually he's in the middle of the park here. Tackled by De Ligt. That shouldn't be happening, but still, we've got the ball back and we're starting to play a little bit. First 10 minutes was horrible, but Matt Gui through on goal. It's a save by Ramiro. What a chance for the Cherries, but it's not taken yet. Half an hour in. That penalty, that bloody stupid penalty, the only thing to separate the teams. But still, in their faces. Or they'll score again as they've started to dominate. They hit a shot, it hit a body, and Ugarte Fukui through the middle. Can't beat Trubin as just before half-time. Referee, no, come on. Odebear was through there. Was a bloody chance, but the chance not given as Sabe. Come on. Be savvy on the ball, not Sabe on the ball. And that is nothing. That is terrible. Junior to just accelerate away. We need to try and get across to him. Poor start from us as they've just kept the ball since they got it. And now Fukui, who can shoot. He's trying to juke us out here. Zabrani to try and steal the ball, and he does steal the ball. Very good. He's made up for the penalty a little bit, but we must score from it. Favre down the line, and where's Gui in the middle? He's here, running onto it. Matt Gui with a chance and with a goal. It's all level. Just on the hour mark, the Cherries back in the game. And it's the youngster Matt Gui to fire it hard and low for Bournemouth, our number 9, replacing Dominic Solanke. That is a class finish. Straight back in the game, as now we need to keep on going in the game. It's Odebear. Wilson holding it up to get it to Milloy, who needs a pass through. And Odebear's made the run. Locatelli. I tell you what, Locatelli has been everywhere. Dictating play more than Gurner in our midfield, who I hoped would have done it for us. Good save from Trubin there. Ball needed putting behind as for Kui. He can't keep it. And Bergvall can't keep it as well. João Felix in the middle. Backstick. Delict is offside. Oh my days. Thought the game was over there. Big man caught offside. But still we passed them the bloody ball back. Junior, please. Just mark your men quietly and carefully. Zabrani. Just whack it to Delict. Just whack it out of our own half. We've never been as dominated before. 1 minute left on the clock. To be fair, we do have the ball for once if we could steal this in normal time. But no, the whistle goes. Oh my days, 1-1. Can we be more convincing, please? I don't like the way this game's going. I think we'll lose in extra time if we just don't change anything. So screw it. I don't normally do this, but 2 changes being made. Favre's off for Cho and Bergvall off for Scott. Can that change the tune for AFCB? I mean, Gernald, that was the worst thing. Almost lost the ball there, but still, it's gave us an attack. Odebear, he did win the header, and Odebear take it down. Don't forget about the bloody ball. But Bayern the better side by a country mile in this game. Still, we can try and steal it as Cho. You're supposed to be fully fit. An absolutely wasteful touch as now just keep that Zabrani apart from the penalty being the best player on the field as Alex Scott turns there. Gui with a turn over the top if we can beat the keeper there and try and chip it. Was into the right area, but still not into the net as now we're into the second half of extra time. And Gurner to run through with the ball, please. Oh my days, he's been so wasteful. The worst player on the field by an absolute country mile again as Sabe. Yes, the right back's come far from position, but still he's won the ball. Odebear just needs to keep it into Alex Scott. Chip that. Cho's got the beating of the defender. Come on, Cho. Run through now. Just keep running it into the box. Odebear. Alex Scott, the Englishman, and it's a penalty. It surely is. Just before penalties. As I think it's a lucky bounce, but he stopped us going through. And yes, it's hit the knuckles. They haven't communicated. I am fully taking this. And I'm getting nervous as Redondo, please don't miss. He's going to go to the left-hand side and in. And it wasn't even top corner. But the Argentine does it. Get in there. I can't believe it. It's very close right now. Still, we've got a Peter on. And see this game out. I've gone ultra defensive there. Keepers up. Trubin with the catch. And it doesn't matter the team, as we've had to grind that game out with better players, I'd say. Still, we've done it. Just took a penalty for us. And Bournemouth land the Champions League. Iraola, a beautiful manager who's just had to wait, be patient, and sign youth to lead him to this moment. As Gurner's gonna left it. I thought his name was Gurner D for a while because of the D on the back of his shirt, but still, I'll take it. He really wasn't good in game, but he's grinded out the result. And that's the Champions League lifted. As if you want to see another team like this one with Bournemouth rebuilt in Wonderkid fashion, comment down below. Or comment anything down below. I will be sure to get round to it. And if you want more videos straight away, these two you might not have seen.